Welcome to the deep dive. You bring us the sources, and we dig into them to pull out the insights you need fast.
Yeah, getting straight to the point.
Exactly. And speaking of boosting things online, if you're looking to maybe amplify your social media profiles, give them a bit of a lift, you might want to check out a site like rapidboost.net.
Hmm.
But today, our focus is really zeroed in on, well, TikTok. We had a listener ask us to explore how you actually cut through all that noise and craft genuinely engaging stories there.
Yeah, moving beyond just the trends, right?
Right, creating content that actually sticks with people.
Absolutely. And TikTok, I mean, it can feel like just this endless stream of, viral stuff.
Totally.
But underneath that, it's actually this incredibly dynamic platform for storytelling. Short, impactful narratives.
It really is. It's about building that connection, isn't it? Through
Sure.
stories that, well, resonate.
Yeah, exactly. And,
Yeah.
in today's world where attention spans are, let's just say they're short.
Fiercely contested, yeah.
Right. So the power of a good story, it's just undeniable. It's
Yeah.
not just about like throwing facts out there.
Well,
It's about weaving them into something that grabs people and holds them.
and there's actually science behind this, which is fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, research from Tuck University found that stories are, get this, 22 times more memorable than just plain facts.
Wow, 22 times. That's huge, especially on TikTok where everything moves so fast.
Right. That kind of memorability is like pure gold. If you want your message to stick, tell a story.
Yeah, you really have to. And we see brands doing this, right?
Definitely. Like Chipotle was mentioned in our sources, their story-driven campaigns, millions of views.
Way more than their, standard product focused stuff.
Exactly. It just shows how powerful even these really short videos can be when they've got a compelling narrative driving them.
And what's really key, I think, is how that storytelling, even super condensed, it builds a stronger connection.
Mhm.
It lets creators, and brands too, tap into shared experiences, empathy, and turn casual viewers into actual fans.
So that leads us to the big question, the million-dollar question, really. How do you do that effectively on TikTok?
Right. How do we actually make it happen?
Well, our sources laid out some pretty concrete strategies. And the very first thing, maybe the most critical, is nailing that initial hook.
Absolutely vital. On TikTok, you're basically dealing with what people call the 3-second rule.
3 seconds, wow.
Yeah, viewers make snap judgments super quick. If those first few seconds don't grab them visually, verbally, whatever, they're swiped away.
So that hook is like your video's first impression. It's handshake.
Exactly. A very fast handshake. And there are lots of ways to make it strong.
It's like visual hooks, unexpected images, maybe text flashing up.
Yeah, or sudden scene changes. And then verbal hooks to a surprising statement, a question that makes you pause.
Wait, what?
Precisely. Or even just an interesting sound. Often the best hooks combine both visual and verbal.
So you see something dramatic and hear a question right away.
Yeah, that can work really well. It taps into our curiosity,
Yeah.
breaks the pattern of just scrolling.
Our source gave examples like, here's what happened when or don't make this mistake.
Right, or would you believe this if I told you? They all create this instant mental question mark. They make you want the answer.
And I like this pro tip they mentioned, starting with the climax, the most dramatic bit.
Oh, the reverse chronology thing. Yeah, that's smart.
You show the crazy outcome and then spend the video explaining how you got there. Throws you right in.
It totally plays on that desire for resolution. You see the end point, you immediately want to know the journey.
Okay, so you've hooked them. Now what? Building a narrative arc, a story, seems tough in like 15 seconds.
It does seem tough, but it's doable. It's about being concise and strategic. That classic structure. Introduce, escalate, resolve, you could adapt it.
Like a mini 3-act play.
Exactly. Think a beauty creator showing a makeup fail. That's the intro. Zooming in on the disaster escalation.
Yeah.
Then showing the quick fix resolution. All super fast.
Still, it's about compression.
Yeah, and momentum is absolutely key. No dead air, no lingering shots. You need, like, rapid jump cuts, text overlays for quick context, maybe fast montages.
Keeping the energy up.
Totally. Every second, every visual has to push the story forward. Think of it like puzzle pieces snapping together really quickly.
Got it. And beyond just the structure, the sources really hammered home the importance of authenticity.
Oh, massively. Being real, not just relatable. I thought that was a great distinction.
Yeah, what does that mean exactly?
Well, relatable can sometimes feel a bit forced, like you're trying to fit a mold. Authenticity is more about just letting your genuine personality show, your quirks, your real opinions.
Like at Tabitha Brown.
Perfect example. She built this huge following just by being herself. Gentle, sincere, sharing her life, and cooking in her own unique way. Her voice is so distinct.
Right, using your actual voice, whether in voiceovers or talking straight to camera, letting your mannerisms come through.
Yeah, that builds intimacy. Even if it feels a bit raw or unpolished, TikTok audiences often respond really well to that honesty. Perfection isn't the goal.
Honesty over polish, I like that.
Now, thinking about the how, the visuals and audio are just as important as the story itself.
They're not just background noise.
No, not at all. They're active storytelling tools. Visuals are, like your main toolkit on TikTok.
So thinking about props, costumes, backgrounds, even captions on the screen.
Definitely. All of it should serve the narrative. The source mentioned at Brittany Broski how she uses those fast cuts and super expressive faces. That's visual storytelling for comedic effect.
And the audio. Music isn't just filler.
God, no. Music sets the mood, drives the emotion. Sound effects can add impact, land a joke, build tension. It's crucial.
And using TikTok's own audio library helps with discoverability too, right?
Absolutely. Trending sounds get your stuff seen. But even non-trending audio needs to match the story's vibe. Every element should be deliberate.
Makes sense, everything working together.
Exactly. And to make this really concrete, the sources gave some great case studies. People nailing TikTok storytelling.
Let's talk about Kabi Lame first. Such a phenomenon.
Right. And what's amazing is the simplicity. He built this massive following with silent reaction videos.
Debunking those crazy life hacks.
Yeah. His formula is so consistent. Show the absurd hack, give that signature unimpressed look, then show the simple, obvious solution with that hand gesture.
A whole story with no words.
Exactly. Proves you don't always need complex scripts. Visual storytelling at its finest.
Then there's Taylor Cassidy doing something totally different.
Yeah, her Fast Black History series, it's brilliant. She makes education genuinely engaging.
How does she do it?
Well, she has this incredible energy, really sharp editing that keeps it moving fast, and she weaves in historical visuals so effectively.
And she makes it personal, right?
Yes, that's key. She adds personal reflections, which makes history feel relevant, immediate. Connects it to now.
If it's not just individuals, brands get in on this too, like Dunkin' Donuts.
Dunkin's a great example. They've really humanized their brand using stories, behind-the-scenes stuff, employee spotlights, fan challenges.
The day in the life of a barista thing.
Yeah, that kind of campaign pulls back the curtain, makes them feel like a community, not just a corporation.
Yeah.
Builds connection.
Okay, so we get that storytelling is powerful. But the algorithm, how does telling a good story actually help you get seen on TikTok?
That's the crucial link. We don't know the exact algorithm details, obviously, but we know it rewards engagement.
Things like watch time.
Exactly. Watch time, completion rate, that people watch the whole thing. Shares, saves, all those signals tell the algorithm, hey, people like this.
And good stories naturally keep people watching longer.
Precisely. A compelling narrative hooks them, keeps them invested, makes them watch till the end, maybe even share it. So storytelling directly feeds those key metrics.
The source mentioned something called loopability. What's that about?
Yeah. That's designing your video so it flows seamlessly back to the beginning or references the start at the end. It encourages people to watch it again, maybe without even realizing it.
Clever.
It is. More views per viewer, basically. And that sends a really strong signal to the algorithm that the content is valuable, engaging.
And what about the text? Hashtags, captions.
Still super important. Hashtags categorize your content, help people find it. Use a mix broad ones, niche ones.
And the caption itself.
It adds context, maybe teases what's coming next if it's a series. And critically, it can prompt comments, encourage that dialogue. Engagement is key.
Okay, this is all great theory, but let's get practical. How can our listener actually do this for their next video? The source had steps, right?
Yeah, a really practical roadmap. Step 1, map out a micro storyboard.
Okay.
Just the key beats. Beginning hook, middle conflict or point of interest, end resolution. Keep it super simple, bullet points even.
Got it. Step 2.
Script that hook. Those first 3-5 seconds are vital. And think about your call to action. What do you want them to do? Follow. Comment.
Makes sense.
Step 3, gather your assets. Props, locations, outfits, whatever visuals you need to tell the story effectively. Remember, show, don't just tell.
Right. Step 4. Filming.
Yep. Shoot multiple takes. Try different angles, expressions. Don't aim for perfection yet, just get options. And hey, save the bloopers. Sometimes they're useful.
Okay. Step 5 is editing.
Exactly. This is where you shape it. Edit for pace, trim the dead air, use jump cuts, layer your music and sound effects thoughtfully. Make it flow.
Step 6, optimizing the post.
Write a good caption, maybe hint at the outcome, and use, say, 2 to 5 relevant hashtags. A good mix.
And the final step,
Analyze. Step 7 is crucial. Check your analytics. Where do people drop off? What gets engagement? Learn from it and iterate for next time. It's a loop.
learning and improving. Makes sense. Now, for folks wanting to level up, there were some advanced techniques mentioned and pitfalls.
Yeah, definitely. Advanced technique. Serial storytelling. Creating miniseries, recurring characters, gets people coming back for more.
Like a travel creator's ongoing trip journey.
Exactly. Or collaborations and duets. In other creators. Use user-generated content. Fresh perspectives. Builds community.
And the pitfalls to avoid.
Number 1, don't over-engineer it. Keep it clear. One strong message per TikTok is usually best. Don't try to cram too much in.
Simplicity rules.
Often, yeah. And the other big pitfall? Ignoring feedback. Pay attention to comments, shares, watch time. Let your audience guide you on what's working. Adapt your style.
Don't be afraid to pivot.
Right. So really mastering TikTok storytelling, it's this mix, isn't it? Creativity, knowing yourself, and just constantly learning from what you put out there.
It really is. And even on this super fast platform, people are still looking for stories for that emotional connection.
Deep down, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what resonates. So for you listening, the real key is to just start experimenting.
Try these tips out.
Yeah. See what feels authentic to you. See what your audience responds to. Don't be afraid to try different narrative angles.
And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Think about how these core elements, hook, conflict, resolution, how fundamental they are. In a world where attention is so fragmented, understanding how to build a compelling narrative, even a tiny one, that's a powerful skill.
Not just for TikTok, right?
Exactly. For almost any kind of communication today, how to capture attention and share meaning effectively, it kind of all comes back to storytelling.